Tonight, the Electric City celebrated crosstown football at Memorial Stadium as Great Falls High was host to CMR. All right, I'm out here live with Matt and Levi. They're going to be competing in team roping. They taught me a little bit of skills. Let me see if I can try to get this going on here. All ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, terrible, guys. Let me just do this. Just come out to the Big Sky Regionals College Finals Rodeo. It starts at 7 o'clock. We'll, of course, have highlights on ABC at 10. Reporting live in Great Falls, Alexis Hatfield, SWX Montana. Crosstown hoops between Helena High and Capital is going to be a game that you do not want to miss. I'm Alexis Hatfield. I'm now joined by Ben Wyman. Ben, Helena High took the last 2 wins for Crosstown over the Lady Bruins of Capital, and I know Capital definitely is not going to back down. Hey, Kurt, I'm ready to fight. Man, my moves aren't going to be that good as I'm here at the 3rd annual Crosstown Rumble between CMR and Great Falls High. The Bison have actually taken the last 2, so these 2 teams are going to go head to head. You may know me as Alexis Hatfield, but guess what? You're meeting my alter ego. I'm Miss Foxy from the 70s. Both CMR and Great Falls High had to show they had some patience because this Crosstown matchup took 9 innings to decide a winner, and the Rustlers came out on top. The Shelby football program is making history after missing out of the postseason for, guess what, a decade. As soon as I walked into Nelson Stadium, I overheard one of the Saints football players say it felt like game day, and it definitely was beautiful for some football. Head coach Mike Van D says he wanted to get about 60 plays in. We only have 2 weeks left of high school state football playoffs. Class AA semifinals were held tonight, and the only 2 teams from our viewing area left were Helena High and Capital. I just want to start off and say howdy. This year, I'm more prepared for this year's Montana Pro Rodeo Circuit Finals. I'm here what we're calling in a more prestigious way, the warm-up arena. I had to ask one of the Cowboys here to find out what we call this. The Lights will have their first game of the season in just a couple of weeks, but just to test where they are so far in fall practice, they'll have a scrimmage on Saturday at 9 in the morning, and it's open to the public if you want to just come out to see how the team is doing. These golfers with the Box Elder Bears have actually had about a month and a half to learn some skills out on the golf course, but I just wanted to see if I could take my own swing. Let's see. And it's not that easy.
And chasse to your line and point.
Dance is more than technique.
And pique.
That Darcy Darlington uses to teach choreography.
Kick, kick, kick.
That's because dance is her form of expression.
You know, a lot of times the arts say things that words don't say, that you don't have words for.
Her passion and foundation for movement was choreographed when she was just a little girl.
And your foot's up here.
However, she didn't know that dance would make her stumble across an unfamiliar world.
I was teaching in a small town, and I am a Christian, and so I'm very particular about my music and my costumes and my choreography, and a couple recognized that in me, and they confided in me that I was actually teaching some rescued girls, and I thought, rescued from what? And so then they told me about the horrific industry of trafficking.
After learning more about it, Darcy says she was
horrified. I'd never heard of such a thing. I couldn't just sit back and not do anything.
So she did something. Darcy, along with her husband Russell, own a ranch in a remote location.
It is secluded, it's up high, it's safe, you can see forever.
The Darlingtons use the scenic property as a safe haven for people Darcy says have been sex trafficked.
We want to educate people and help them to be aware, but we also want to be a sanctuary for children, women that have been rescued from trafficking.
We just let them be who they need to be at the moment. Whether it's to sleep all day long or to sit in front of the TV and watch TV.
And PK, up, hit your passe.
But Darcy's involvement goes even further. She's even taken the time to talk to some of her dance students about the dangers of social media and the internet.
So the same day that Darcy ended up talking to my daughter, I had just talked to her about the same thing. So to have somebody echo that was really, it kind of made me feel a lot better to know that my daughter's getting it from another source.
And smile.
Without Darcy's 5 decades on the dance floor, she may have never discovered her true mission.
Only God could put that together. Could take a love of mine like dance and then partner it with something that's inside of my heart of helping people and just being an advocate for children.
just beyond the gates at the Riverside Little League Complex in Great Falls. Teams are competing against each other for a win. But a few fields over and past the chain link fence at field number 1,
Right on.
the kids on the Challengers baseball team aren't competing against anyone else. They're just having fun.
I like to hit the ball and then run the bases.
Because it will be a lot of fun to come out and get some good fresh air and do some stuff outside.
I hit with the bat.
See, the Challengers are kids dealing with challenges themselves.
All of them are dealing with a disability, mental or physical.
The 12-member team, ranging from 4 to 20 years old, are not allowing their disabilities to keep them from playing baseball.
It's controlled chaos. It's so much fun. We have a blast doing it.
It's wonderful for them because they can be just like other kids that are playing baseball. And they can participate just like other kids, but just not able to do some of the things that some of the other kids can.
Kathy Seidler and her husband Mark have coached the team for 5 years, and their son Jason, who has a disability, has played on the team since he was 5 years old.
He just gets excited seeing the look on his face and being happy. That's what we like to see.
The Seidlers have dedicated themselves to about an hour once a week to just throw the ball and help the kids run the bases as if they were playing in a real game. Over the years, they have seen them grow.
Some of these kids 4 or 5 years ago couldn't even hit the ball, and now they're hitting the ball, they're running. Some of them are even hitting them out over the fence out there. And I mean, it's just been awesome to watch them progress from one stage of their disability to another.
Doug Schaefer's son Kevin has Down syndrome, and even though Kevin isn't playing in a real game, he still takes it seriously.
He's always excited to come. He always talks about how many hits he got, how many times he's hit it out of the park. That's always a goal of his. He just loves it.
I've known Kevin since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, you know, and he's progressed something fierce, and it's so loving, Karen. He comes up to me every week after we're done and goes, "Well, thank you so much."
While there isn't a scoreboard keeping track of the runs scored in this game, these kids are still winners in life. Welcome into the SWX studio. We're going to jump right into the quarterfinals at the Class AA State Softball Tournament that was held here in the Electric City. CMR taking on Helena High, a berth to the undefeated game on the line. Rustlers jump on Tara Gilchrist early. Savannah Voiles clobbers a 3-run shot. CMR quickly out in front, 3-0. Later on in the inning, Sam Payne follows that up with a 2-run bomb of her own, part of a 5-run first inning. But the Rustlers' bats erupted in the third for 6 runs. Voiles with her second dinger of the day, a solo jack. So I'm going to say this might be a top 5 play. She's already got 2 of them right there. But then Maddie Moore goes to the opposite field, a 3-run blast from her. There it goes. Tristan Achenbach keeps the Bengal bats silent as CMR uses 5 home runs to advance to the undefeated game. They knock off the Bengals 11-0. The other quarterfinals matchup, Great Falls High and Seniors start out with the play of the game. Tanea Krennick clobbers the ball for the 3-run homer as well. The Bison go up 3-0. A lot of home runs. It's going to be difficult for top 5 plays. Bison's Erin Hawker can't be stopped. She retired the first 12 batters she faced, but Great Falls gets some insurance in the 5th. Here's Mackenzie Stotts, lifts a sac fly to left. Sarah Conway is going to score. Bison take a 4-0 lead. But very next batter, Molly Schmitz doubles down the left field line. She brings in Kaylee Bashong. The Bison hold the Bronx scoreless 5-0 for that win. They advance to the undefeated semis. Coming up tonight at 10 on ABC, I'll have highlights from the combined Class AA and B State track and field meet in Butte. And one more note is going to be Havre's Jake Sadal and Nate Korb. They finished second in the boys doubles at the Class A State tennis meet that was held in Kalispell. That's all I have for sports. We'll be right back.
Exactly, and he's staying busy, keeping track of the scoreboard because he wants to make sure his team or somebody wins this game. I'm sure Capital since they're hosting it, but Taylor Kranz thought she was going to take a jumper. Taylor Sullivan with the crazy block. I mean, her defense has been quite electric this game. Sydney Sheridan resetting, letting the clock wind down, giving Capital the biggest advantage here. Stops her dribble, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan takes the drive, tries to get the layup. But guess what? Helena High is going to take the charge, and the foul's going to be on Taylor Sullivan. That's going to be her second.
First quarter ball gets in the hands of Bison's Kendall Cadet. Nothing but net for the three. Great Falls up 4-1. Then guess what? He gets the ball right back for the layup. Bison take a 5-point lead. Same quarter, Xavier Pace with the dribble and the pass to Garrison Rothwell for the short jumper. Rustlers down 10-2. Same quarter, Blake Thielen misses the shot, but guess what? Brendan Howard is there for the putback. Bison up 22-6. Second quarter, Rustlers on the fast break. Reese Green misses the layup, but Dylan Marzion has his back. CMR trailing 28-19. Third quarter, Rothwell from the corner, three ball, it's good, 34-31, CMR in the lead. Then Brendan Howard, who's headed to Eastern Washington, look at that, gets it to Kyle Winkler for the layup. Bison up 39-38, and there's Daniel Silverstein in the fourth, the breakaway layup. Dylan Marzion is there, CMR down 48-46. 20.6 seconds left in the game. Rothwell with the dribble, the spin, and the layup. He's fouled and one. Rustlers trail 51-48. Pace, hard dribble to the rim, but Bryce Depping gets his back right there. Rustlers down 52-50 with 9.4 seconds left, but Brendan Howard is fouled later. He makes his free throws to put the Bison up 54-50. That would be the final. Great Falls High is headed to the AA state tourney. It's the men's matchup, both teams with a 14-14 record, and the Grizz men jumping out early. Bobby Moorhead banks right open. Montana leads up 6 early. Cats start to find their groove. Quentin Everett steals the ball, gets the hoop and the harm for the three-point play for the senior. There you go, up 3 at break. Grizz find themselves in a hole, but guess what? Walter Wright with the, some crazy footwork and the pull-up jumper. It's good, but Cats take over down the stretch. Zach Green with the steal. He goes all the way to the rim. The two-handed dunk. Give it to him. Cats up 9. Tyler Hall came up huge for the Cats. He drives the lane, gets the point and the foul. Guess what? His record for most points in single season in school history happened right there. He had 37 to lead the Cats all the way to top the Grizz, 78-69, sweeping the day. Great Falls Americans hosting Yellowstone Quake. Richards Bernard with the shot. It's almost blocked, but the puck finds the net, and the Americans get on the board 1-0. But here comes the Quake. Jesse Lawman with the attempt. Kurt Greenbush cleans it up. It's a tied game. Yellowstone keeps coming. Max Donner gets it past the Americans, and the Quake go up 2-1, but more Quake. Might as well shaking it up. There's the attempt around the net, but it's Max Meyer who gets the goal to give Yellowstone a 3-1 lead, and the Quake goes on to win 4-1. Winner of tomorrow's game goes to Nationals.